And we're live.
So how's everyone doing? Very slow news week.
Yeah, I know. The last 3 weeks have been like, what?
I know, hockey season starting.
Insurrection, then impeachment, and then there's
inauguration.
Yeah, but that wasn't what I was looking for. Anyway, since then, really nothing's happened.
Yeah, it's been pretty lame since then. Days ago.
He had that big stack. Biden had that big stack of executive orders he was signing. He rejoined the Paris Climate Accord.
Yes.
He.
How many did he fire out today?
It looked like, I'm estimating just by like what it looked like on his desk, because he did that thing that Trump does where he has, maybe all presidents do it, and I'm just, but he had that huge stack of the blue executive order folders on his desk. And I saw this meme, or maybe it was just a troll on Facebook. Some guy was just like, Biden accidentally nixes 13 states in quick executive order spree, and someone was like, well, so we've got to stop him, he's going to destroy the whole country. And it's like, come on, Karen, do you really think he has the power to nix 13 states, much less come on. But
signing pen to paper, like just government buildings in like Maine crumbling.
They turned to dust like Endgame.
We're not a state anymore.
And he revoked the permit for that pipeline, the Keystone XL pipeline. I think
I was so passionate about that.
I don't know if I agree with that one. Like, and I wish someone would lay out to me why. Right. So here's my general thought: pipelines are good at what they do. Maybe that's the best phrasing. They're good at what they do. And you can't just be against something. You have to be for something better, right? So let's lay that out there and put it as a rule. If you don't like pipelines, then apparently what you like are tractor trailers just driving down the road carrying small amounts of oil at one time inefficiently, right? Like, pipelines do the job so much better than trucks do that you want to move as much as you can via pipeline. And what they're going to do, it opens up an opportunity to put oil refineries like in the Midwest or something like that. The raw oil comes from the Canada sands, and then they ship that down to the oil refineries. This is like 80% right, and then they can refine it there, and I guess have an oil distribution.
Right? The
Dakotas?
Is that not the Midwest? I don't know.
So I think the deal is, and
it's
again,
through the Dakotas. It's south.
I'm like 85% right too, but it's pumping from Canada through the Dakotas, but heading toward Texas, because we haven't built a new refinery in like 3 decades or something like that, for reasons. And the real issue that I kept seeing being brought up is that it was going through those tribal lands. So you had all those Native Americans out there all stinking and filthy as they are.
But what if they dig that part of
protesting?
They won't even notice.
Modern
problems, you just modern solutions.
Just do it Looney Tunes style. You just burrow under them.
Literally, why not? Can you
I
do that?
literally don't know. This is like when the trash turns into stars. Like, I don't think that's right, but I don't know enough to say you're wrong.
Exactly. Like, what if I got up there and was like, hey, everybody, what if we just had to go under the land? And they're like, that's actually pretty fine with us. Can you pay for that? And they're like, all right. This retard from the Midwest got us moving.
I have two objections that I would understand, right? One is not that are good, just that I understand. One is they're just against all fucking fossil fuels, right? Like, that could be one of the reasons he canceled the pipeline. Maybe, I don't know. And they want to move to solar and wind and geothermal and fucking tides and whatever could be other. All right, another possible, I know I said 2, I have 3, is that it's a pro coal move. Right? Biden got in somewhat on the support of Pennsylvania. He wouldn't have carried Pennsylvania if they didn't believe that he would be a little pro coal, even though he said he wasn't. He was a little ambiguous on that. He said some bunch of yeses, bunch of nos. So coal is expensive. Coal is not a good way to make energy anymore. It's dirty and it's expensive, and it doesn't have many upsides. So if we have more oil sources, we have less coal use. It might be a nod to Pennsylvania, maybe. And then the third one is one of the main beneficiaries and drivers behind it is it the Koch brothers, the Koch brothers?
Koch brothers, I believe.
And it's the Koch brother now.
Okay. Yeah, I learned too much by reading, so I mispronounce a lot. But they're apparently like totally all about this pipeline. They want it so bad. So this could just be a political payback, like kind of, which feels dirty to me. But that's another reason that I would understand, not approve of, but understand.
It's definitely environmental.
Okay.
Could it be that like this was part of like rejoining the Paris climate thing, where it's like you can't make any more pipelines, and so he had to shut it down?
No, the thing about the Paris climate thing is that we give $100 billion or something a year to fund those third world countries into cleaning their act up.
Well, how does that help us?
Yeah.
Breathe the
How's
same
that give
air.
me
I don't
well
know.
water and cool
it doesn't at all.
that money should go to give all of us solar panels.
I'm stuck here. I want to fact check that, but I know they all hate it. But is that true? You're sure that $100 billion we just give to small countries for air?
Yeah, about 90% sure about that one. I mean, it does some other things too, but I'm pretty sure like the main thing a lot of people don't like is that it's like $100 billion. I mean, it could be every 2.5 years or every 3 years, but or I think it's $100 billion a year, and that goes into that thing. And the idea is like getting those third world countries up to speed with the Clean Climate Act bullshit.
I thought it was just targets that we had to meet in terms of environmental cleanness. That's all I
too.
thought
I
it
think.
was.
I think it puts us at a competitive disadvantage to those who will either not sign on or will say that they're signing on, but absolutely won't, like China.
I think that's us too, though.
More expensive?
I don't know.
In
We've got
theory.
like the environmental. We got the EPA who will come in, especially under like a Democratic president, and really put the hammer on anybody who doesn't. Wouldn't you think?
Anybody doesn't.
We'll see. I don't know.
Who doesn't? It
depends if you subscribe to
the
the Democrats are going to really enforce this, or they're all the same pro-business party theory, right? I could see either one playing out. So, no, you think they're?
I can't see a federal federal regulation or law enforcement body not enforcing federal regulation or law.
They
Like
always
just be
do
like,
that. I feel like that's totally normal.
Well, you're pumping a lot of CO2 out. It's 8 and it's supposed to be 2, but you've got here, you crazy kids. Like they're not going to do that. They're going to be like, you're shut down until further notice. There will be a review board process in 6 to 8 months. You can file for a petition on the 4th. No, there's not going to be any of that. It's a bureaucracy. They're going to be like, you don't meet the standards, you're closed down.
It'll probably be they just fee you to death.
Could be. Yeah.
They'll shut you down.
And who can pay all those fees? Target, Amazon, Walmart.
So they closed the pipeline. I'm still forming an opinion on if that's good or bad. He joined the climate accord. Same thing. I just feel like I'm lacking information on this. It's all complicated, and it's hard to get data on so many things unbiased, right? Everyone is teaching you about it from an angle, and it's hard to know what to believe. But
if we're so important to this climate accord, at the very least, they should meet us halfway. It should be like the Chicago, climate treaty, not the Paris one. They can all come over here. They've been begging us to get back in. That should be part of it. That can be Biden's first negotiation. I'll rejoin, but it's going to be the Delaware or wherever he's from, right? The fucking Delaware.
So the city it was signed in is of utmost importance?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I've never been to Delaware. I don't know what happens up there. I don't know what kind of people come from there.
I think I drove through.
Nice place?
I hated it. We were lost.
Is that the only way you get to Delaware? You're lost trying to find a different state.
We didn't intentionally go to Delaware the way I remember.
I've been there a bunch of times.
In the Northeast, who is the state that everybody bullies? Is it Delaware? Is it Rhode Island? Is it people from Jersey?
Probably is people from Jersey. I feel like
as someone from the Midwest, I assumed it was Jersey. I don't hang out with those fuckers up there. I don't know.
Like we're kind of the nation's armpit. That's Jersey. We smell. We're located around there. Welcome to Jersey.
Yeah, like talk to someone from like North Jersey's talks like they're from New York. Like from New York, and they're like basically
North Jersey, the whole use thing. Like if I wanted to refer to multiple people and I say yous are doing this, that's like fingernails on a chalkboard for me. That there are a lot of local pronunciations and stuff that I can deal with. Y'all doesn't tear me to pieces, but yous, goodness, like no one else says that.
Yeah, I hate that too.
Yeah,
people in Pittsburgh say yins. They're just trying to be different.
They do.
They say yins guys or yins.
I've never heard
YINZ. Because if you do one of those, like, what is it, like a phonetic map where it shows how you reference things or, identify things by where you live in the country, it'll be like, what do you say to a group of people? And it's like, y'all, you, guys in the mid, like, yeah, you guys. And then it's just like just around Pittsburgh, it says yins. It's like that should have been corrected out of them the second they left Pittsburgh.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.